look at the Danya Fabiano game. Sure, if I can find it, I will. So let me find it. Caruana, Naroditsky. That was that legendary that legendary Spanish. Let me find it. Thank you for streaming. I mean, I'm streaming. I was not intending to stream today. And then I saw there was a bunch of nonsense elsewhere. But then, as I said, when I went over to the club. When I went over to the club with my wife before the round started, I mean, for something in my mind just clicked. I call it intuition, whatever. Something clicked when I saw Eric Rose, and he didn't look completely right. And so I was like, "Are you okay? It's all good." And then he's like, no. And then he told me the news, and I was thinking, I felt that there are going to be a lot of people who were big fans of Danya's, who are probably going to be looking for somewhere to at least be part of the chess community as a whole. And so I just thought it was the right thing to do. Let me find the game. Let me find it. Where's the game? How do I open this? Do I go here? 1 second. I guess I can't do it easily, so let's just go here. If it loads. Yeah, here we go. I think you guys see the game. I don't care if it shows the analysis and everything. I mean, 1 second. Let me see. Is this better? Maybe this is better if I turn this off. Yeah. So of course there was a game between Fabiano and Danya Naroditsky from the US Championship. This was, I believe, in 27. Or when was this? Sorry, let me find the article. I don't have it, so someone tell me. But they played in the US Championship. Danya played this A6 D6 system against Fabiano's Spanish. I'll flip the board, of course, because Danya won this game. Castles, Bishop D7, C3, and now we move Knight to F6. And then Danya played Bishop G7. One thing about Danya is he always loved the fianchetto. He loved it's 2021. He loved the fianchetto setup. He was somebody who really he liked playing the King's Indian. I think everybody knows. He and I we had many games in the King's Indian. It was probably what, when I think back on all the games he played, what I'll remember him the most for was just the classic King's Indian. He also played a lot of moderns. I mean, again, as I said, I played it many times. He played all kinds of moderns, all kinds of King's Indian, but he loved the fianchetto bishop. So he ended up getting a fianchetto bishop against Fabiano in this game. And then he castles, we get h3, knight to d4, takes, queen b3, a5, a3, and now we get to move knight to c6. We get to move knight f1, and then we get to move a4 here, queen d3, and now after knight to a5, Danya's trying to put the knight on b3, some pressure towards the central pawns. Very decent position. We get bishop g5, then we get h6, takes, knight d2, we get knight a5, knight b1, Bishop g7, and then we get to move c6. White's still a little bit better here, but black has a nice bishop on the diagonal. You have the pawns and the queen here. You get e5, rook e8, knight e4, knight c4. We get takes, knight e5. We get queen f5, another nice move here due to the pin. g4, queen e6, knight c3, and after rook c8, rook e2, and queen b3, Danya starts to take over the game. I don't care what Kramnik tweeted, you guys. I don't care one bit. I don't care at all. I already gave my thoughts on Kramnik, and I hope someone clipped it. And then we got this endgame where Danya gets 2 connected pawns. We get rook c1, bishop b2, bishop a3, b2, bishop f8, and now bishop g7. And now Danya just brings the king all the way over. He has a passed pawn on b2. And then we get this position, and eventually he goes on to win this game. Force the trade, bring the bishop back. Now the knight is dominated by the bishop. No squares available here. We get king d5, h5. Then we get g3, bishop d6. And here Fabiano resigns because Danya's controlling the 2 pawns with the b. The king comes over and gobbles this one. And he gets a very big win. Probably the biggest win of his classical chess career against Fabiano in the 2021 US Championship. So this was... I remember this game because Danya was struggling in the tournament, but he had this huge win against Fabiano. It speaks to how good he was. So, all right, you guys. I'll just go back to the regular scene. This news is painful for me. Yes, it's extremely sad. It's extremely sad. Dan was really proud of his game against Ortiz Suarez. I can try to find that too. I'm not gonna watch the last video. It's gonna be too painful. I assume it was this game, but let me find it. Was it this game? I think it's this game, right? Yeah. Danya with the white pieces. Yeah, he played this too. He and Bornik, both of them love to play this Jobava London with d4, knight c3, and bishop f4. Yep. Okay, complicated position. A lot of mistakes since we're only human. Yeah, and then he plays this. Rook e2, rook e1, the double stacked rooks on the file. We get rook c8, then we get c5, g5, and now we get the move rook takes e6. Beautiful sacrifice by Danya, sacking the rook and trying to play against black's weaknesses. All these passive pieces, the weak pawn on d5, great bishop, everything very, very clogged here for black. Get a6, bishop b1, rook c6. I thought my light would stay on, but we got this. Oh, Danya does a double rook sack. He did a double rook sack. Plays queen d3 and knight e3, and even though he's down 2 rooks for a bishop and a knight, he's got all these pawns rolling up the board, the double A battery on the diagonal, and he ends up going on to win this game with these knights and the queen. This is actually a very beautiful game. Very, very beautiful game. His chess videos were so great. For me, the best, really sad. If you were an intermediate player looking to improve in chess, his videos were easily the best. They were ones that would help you improve. I know there are other people who, actually I shouldn't say it that way, some people are assuming I'm talking about Levy, but I would say that, you know, there's a lot of content out there, but if you truly are looking to improve at chess, Danya was the best. He was the best. Hearing your voice crack makes me all shaken up. I mean, I'm incredibly strong mentally. I'm not gonna lie. I am incredibly strong. You know, I'm not gonna pretend that I'm not. I think you have to be in order to make online content. You have to be extremely strong. You have to be extremely strong. Like, even though I didn't read comments, I'm aware that there's some stupid thread or clip about me from yesterday trying to make me out to be the worst person in the world. And you have to be incredibly strong mentally to either not take those comments to heart or to be able literally just to not go to such sites. And I'm the latter. I'm able to just ignore websites and just go about my day and everything that I do. I mean, like, you know, there's nothing to be said, but I will tell you guys that I'm incredibly sad today. And Bornik also streaming, yeah. No, I mean, ultimately nothing can be done. I learned this from the situation with Reckle 5 years ago. You know, that if someone's gone at a really young age, you know, there's nothing you can do. I mean, I remember back in 20, I was thinking to myself, like, why didn't I try to go to Austin when he was there? You know, why didn't I write him a message, you know, the day before, or all these little things that you know, it would have been nice to have been able to do, but you can't go back and change things. That's the thing. You can't. I mean, as much as you want to, you can't.